Imagine this. 3 different generations, 3 lifetimes, and 3 sets of financial advice, and yet every single one of them ended up stuck in the same trap. Your grandparents were told to save money in the bank. Your parents were told to buy a house. And you're being told to just invest in the markets or the next shiny thing. All of it sounded safe. All of it sounded smart. And all of it was a carefully packaged illusion. Let's start with your grandparents. They lived in a time when saving money in the bank was considered the ultimate form of prudence. Tuck away a portion of your paycheck, keep it safe, and trust it would be there when you retired. But what happened when inflation hit in the 1970s? Ordinary savers watched helplessly as their nest eggs evaporated. In the UK, the pound lost nearly half its purchasing power in just a decade. In Italy, the lira became notorious for losing value year after year. Your grandparents weren't reckless. They did exactly what they were told. But the system was designed so that their safe path wasn't safe at all. Then came your parents' generation. The new wisdom was that the safest thing you could do was buy a house. Property never loses value. For decades, the house was marketed not just as a home, but as an investment. The problem is, your primary residence isn't an asset in the wealth-building sense. It doesn't generate income. It drains money every month through mortgages, taxes, and maintenance. In Spain, the real estate boom of the early 2000s felt like a golden ticket. Then the 2008 crash came. Millions of homes plummeted in value, leaving families underwater, owing more than their homes were worth. Your parents weren't reckless either. They followed the rules, and just like your grandparents, they learned too late that the rules were designed to keep them trapped. Now, it's your generation's turn. You've been told that saving is pointless because interest rates are low and inflation eats away at cash. The new gospel is investing in stocks, in crypto, in whatever seems to be the next big thing. Social media shouts, "Don't let your money sit idle. Put it to work." So people pile in, chasing quick profits in meme stocks or gambling on crypto. And while a handful of early movers made fortunes, the majority didn't. The majority did what their grandparents and parents did. They walked into a game where the house always wins. The crypto crash of 2022 wiped out over $2 trillion in paper wealth. Millions of small investors who thought they were building freedom saw their portfolios cut in half. And this is where the sting really lies. Because the system doesn't change, its essence only changes its packaging. Your grandparents were told to save, your parents to buy a house. Juto, invest. 3 different strategies. 1 identical outcome. Wealth flows up, and losses fall on ordinary families. Every generation thinks it's playing a new game, but it isn't. It's the same script replayed with new actors. Inflation, bubbles, and debt. These are the traps that ensure wealth is extracted from the bottom to the top, over and over again. But here's the part nobody tells you not. Everyone lost. In every gold rush, the miners got wiped out, but the merchants selling shovels and jeans became rich. Levi Strauss built an empire selling denim to broke prospectors. So what's the alternative? It has to stop chasing the traps and start thinking like the people who actually came out ahead. That means rethinking what you call an asset. A primary residence isn't an asset unless it generates income. A savings account isn't wealth if inflation eats it alive. A retirement fund isn't security if it is tied to speculative bets you don't control. Real wealth is found in things that hold or produce value over time, skills that can't be inflated away, businesses that provide essentials, and productive assets that generate cash flow. It isn't glamorous or hyped, but it has the difference between being the miner who lost it all and the merchant who sold shovels for generations. So, let's go back to the story of 3 generations. Your grandparents lost to inflation. Your parents lost to housing bubbles. Your peers risk losing to speculation. But none of this is inevitable. The mistake is you went just following bad advice, assuming the system is designed for you to win. It isn't. Once you see through the illusion, you could stop playing their game and start writing your own rules. Focus on building and owning the things that survive crashes, outlast hype, and create real value. Because when the dust settles, those are the people who still have their wealth and their freedom. If this gave you a new perspective, hit subscribe. History has the answers. And here, we show you where to look.